What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. It's the Moral Compass, Poppy. And I just got back from the gym. And I'm all by myself. Chris Gray's supposed to be here. Dexter Weeks supposed to be here. I don't know where they are. But you know who is here? The one person I can always count on. That's right. Mark Penguin, Ice Picks in the house. The summer of pain will shortly be the summer of one. Yeah, Sean Aaron launching Type 1 this Saturday. I was busy this weekend finishing up the Indiegogo page as well as the Fund My Comic page. A lot of work went into it. So I'm nervous. Mark says you only did one intro. They'll be here shortly. I told him, look, short intro today because I don't know. I feel like we kept you guys waiting long enough with the rescheduled. We were supposed to go on at 9:00 last night. Originally, we were only supposed to stream with John Malin from 7 to 9. And it went longer. It went till midnight. And so I was like, you guys waited long enough. I'm not going to do the 10-minute intro. Although Writhe Payne Horror Movie Club is only like a 2-minute intro, but I cut out all the primetime Poulton stuff. So it was just the actual intro to the horror club, which is only 40 some seconds long. Oh, we got someone in the house.
The Moral Compass. What's up, brother?
What's up? It's Dexter Weeks. Oh, he is all geared up.
Fired out, brother.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm just talking to the chat. We got Tarks9 in the house. Hail Comicsgate, Mark and chat back yesterday on Fund My Comic. Thank you. I was talking about the reason we rescheduled for today was because our live stream with John Malin went 5 hours long. 3 hours 3 hours longer than we expected. We're supposed to only be on the channel from 7 to 9. It was just me, John, and Chris, and then Shane Davis joined us. Then Cecil joined us, and then Ethan Van Sciver joined us, and we were having such a good time. We went until midnight.
Oh wow, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and we got Writhe Payne up to over $17,000 last night.
Nice.
My biggest book not named Graveyard Shift in the last 18 months. So, and we're only in the first 30 days. So book's off to a great start.
And you're going to keep it going, right?
Yeah. We re-upped for another 30 days on Indiegogo. So Chris and I have decided for the next 30 days, we're going to be adding original artwork to the campaign. We're going to start off with the original art to the Black Light poster, which I actually have right here. Let me share it. Yeah, so we're going to, this is the first thing we're going to throw up there. This is 11 by 17 original artwork, inked by Chris. It'll be black and white. And we'll throw this up shortly. I just, I got done work. I went to the gym and now I'm streaming. So I'll add this shortly, but this will be the first. We're going to add some sketch cards as well. We're going to add that incredible double page splash that is pages 2 and 3 in the book, where you get your first shot of Writhe Payne inside the church. That's going to be added.
Nice.
Chris was worried because a lot of the original artwork is just pencils because Chance Wolf was doing guest inks, but he was doing them digitally. But man, I think people will be excited to get Chris's pencils, and we're going to package that up with a digital print of the inks on linen paper. So it's going to be really nice quality.
Very cool. Very cool.
But yeah, let's blow this up so people can get a better look at this piece. The Black Light poster has been very popular on the campaign, but a great shot of Payne running into action. I feel like this is a little more exaggerated than what Chris normally does, especially with Writhe right here, but it looks killer. soon enough, a lot of people will have this blacklight poster hanging on their wall. Really set the mood when you bring the ladies back to the place.
like Mark said, or Mark Penguin said, hashtag summer of pain, right?
Yeah, definitely. Although it's going to be the summer of one with Type 1. Sean's launching that this Saturday.
Oh, this week?
So,
Cool. Nice.
yeah, going to be a big weekend. Mark says it was fun seeing you guys go over Youngblood 1. So Ethan Van Sciver whipped out a copy of Youngblood 1 and and went through it and marked it up with a pen, correcting what he thought. Now, he was flipping through it, and the whole time I was thinking, because Rob is my favorite artist, I was thinking, man, this book is so cool. I don't care about maybe the dialogue doesn't hold up. Maybe Rob's perspective is off. But I had my copy. I had my remastered copy right next to me, and I was
mark it up.
I wasn't marking it up, but
mark it up.
Man, this was when Rob was in his Art Adams stage, which I think was his best artwork ever. Oh, here we got Chris in the house. What's up, Chris?
Here he is.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Well, we're talking about Youngblood 1.
Dude, that was so funny.
Mark's gonna mark up his book.
No, I'm not marking this up. I love this. I don't. Rob's artwork is just. I see this and I just remember my favorite time of fandom in comics, the early '90s.
Yeah,
Dex, you were with me. We were going to these conventions in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah,
and it was just so awesome. So I love Rob's artwork.
I'm just curious, what was he marking up? What was his thing?
Oh, some of the perspective was off, and the anatomy was off. But man, I don't read comics for that. I don't read comics for perspective.
Hey, Chris, I heard you had a late night last night, man.
Oh shit!
We were making.
It wasn't just late, dude. I mean, so to break it down was so these streams they give me the goosebumps every now and then. So I'll hit whiskey up or some Coronas, you'll see me drinking them and shit.
Yeah.
So last night we're just talking, we're having a good time, and I'm just drinking this whiskey, and I don't really realize how much I'm drinking at the time. Dude, I must have slurred something or talking to Ethan. Dude, my wife goes in full mode. She comes down she grabs the whiskey. She's handing me fucking coffee and water and food and shit. Oh man, she had me fucking cracking up. But it was an awesome time listening. It was funny as shit.
Yeah, you got to stream with some big guns in CG. They all seem to love you. I mean, John and Ethan said you were the better version of them.
Wow. Yeah, that's great, man.
Man, it was, and because of Mark, obviously, dude. But yeah, it was cool to be there, and it was just funny, man. It was a good time, and dude, I think fucking Shane had me cracking up because he was giggling about something. I couldn't tell what the fuck. And I know one of them was, and this is kind of how I knew I was drunk. Ethan made a joke, right? And I'm trying to I started explaining it. No, it was the fucking mouse pads, right?
Yeah.
And I started explaining it to Shane he didn't know, and I mid explanation I'm and I just explained it to you because I'm an idiot, you don't know. And he starts giggling now, so I'm laughing like a fucking a school kid, but it was a good time, man. It was fun.
Nice.
I was a bit inebriated, so forgive me for the explanation, Shane.
I was laughing at that too. I was like, I don't think Chris realizes it.
Yeah, kind of in the moment, kind of went over my head, and then it was whoosh, and then it started coming to realization. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh well.
Tark says, yeah, fun night on John Malin's channel last night.
Yeah, John's the man.
Mark Penguin says Dexter is wearing the shirt. Give him extra credit.
Yeah,
he's got his Terrifier shirt on. Mark Penguin says, add page 1, the splash page of the church, original artwork. I think we got a potential buyer here, Chris.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was mentioning. So these next 30 days, we'll be adding original artwork.
Yeah.
The double page splash, page 2 and 3. The blacklight poster artwork, some sketch cards. It's gonna be a fun month. Another 30 days.
Yeah, man.
And then the campaign will go in demand. But time's flying, Chris. I can't believe it's already been a month.
Yeah, it flies when you're having fun, man. I just knocked out another page today.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so that's done. I was a little under the weather, but I wanted to show you those things where I sketched. I want to say that like 4x6 cards. They're not quite finished yet because I just didn't get down to it today, but they're going to look cool. So we'll have that. I'll have that ready for you by the time you're ready to put them up, and we'll
send me the blacklight poster. Black
and
white
yeah,
artwork.
For sure.
Got Nicholas Gear in the house. What's up, Nicholas? Thanks for
up?
joining us. Dexter, you were a guest at Contropolis, New Jersey this weekend. Yes. How was the convention?
You know, it's really weird because the show itself, the venue, it was great. And the guest list was great, but just there's not a lot of foot traffic. I don't know what's happening with cons, man.
Well, it was their first. Contropolis is a new convention that's been hitting up a lot of areas. They did Pennsylvania. You went as a guest to Pennsylvania. Was that a lot of traffic or?
No, there wasn't, and that's I was trying to get a feel before I did the New Jersey show. But you know, I mean, I did pretty good and met a lot of cool people, but I think once people start to really get to know this con, it should be pretty big. I mean,
that's cool.
I mean, they you know, they treat everybody really nice. It's real professional, you know, all that stuff. So.
Yeah, you have to come to Garden State. Well, you were there the first day, but you got to set up next time.
As a matter of fact, the guy that I was sitting next to, he was there too. I was talking to him about it. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Did you? I saw you selling some original artwork for one.
Yeah, apparently that's my new thing now. Usually I'm a print guy, but I had a few originals and I was working on one. And people just loved them, man. They soaked them up, and it works for me because you know you can charge a little bit more than just for like a $10 print. You know what I mean? So it worked out pretty good. So I guess that's my new niche, Mark. I gotta start drawing on some comic paper and using my markers like the old days. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome. No, you're great with the markers.
Yeah, like the old school. But so I got this quick. You want to hear one of my? I got tons of stories, but this one's not funny. So I'm sitting there drawing and working on this piece, and actually my wife was with me at the time, Kim, and I see this is a perfect example of not what's the term, choose a book or before its cover or something like what's the thing, Mark?
Judge a book by its cover.
Judge a book, yes. Anyway, so this guy comes in, and not that I'm shaming or anything, but he was a little short and a little stumpy, you know, like short stumpy guy. But he was wearing a Sailor Moon outfit, right? I mean, the whole thing, the skirt, you know, all that stuff, right? So, anyway, I don't know if I should be saying it. My wife just hit me up. She's like, "Yeah, the guy might be listening to the podcast." But anyway, so he's walking down the aisle. Now, like I said, a little short, stumpy guy, Sailor Moon outfit. You know what that is, right, Mark?
The
skirt and everything.
Yeah, his is in the closet.
So I tell my wife, I'm like, "Oh, Kim," I was like, "check this guy out." You know, I was like, "Here comes your man. Here comes your future husband." So anyway, he makes his way over to my table, Mark. I swear to you, he was my best customer of the day. Like he loved my work. He bought like 3 prints. He bought the thing I was working on. So I didn't even finish it.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'll pay you right now for that, and I'll just come back later and get it." And he commissioned me. He was literally my best customer of the whole weekend.
That's what's up, man. That's great.
So don't judge, you know, by the way people look, I guess, is the moral of the story. So
thick wallet in that dress, huh?
It was interesting. Oh, he had a full beard, you know, the whole.
Oh shit!
It was just funny to see the Sailor Moon, you know, full beard and stuff. So anyway, nice guy, you know, one of my biggest customers, Mark. So.
And that's one to grow on, guys.
But I do have other stories, but I don't know if I could talk about it. I don't want to record it. You know what I mean?
I saw you met a lot of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's
people.
Dude, it was unbelievable. Like I've seen those people on the Star Wars celebrations, and I mean, people, you're waiting hours in lines to meet these people, and that was what's so great about this con. It was very like accessible to like a lot of these celebrities and everything. So it was really great. You know, like you might have had like maybe 10 people in front of you, and they were really nice. Well, I guess I'll get real quick to my other story when we get started. I don't want to hold everybody up.
No,
anyway,
You're good, man. I ain't got shit to do.
The one particular, you know, the star, she's from The Mandalorian, the show The Mandalorian. Anyway, when I went to meet her, I had my badge on and it said artist on it. And she was like, "Oh, so you're an artist?" I said, yeah. She goes, "Well, what kind of art?" I said, "Well, most of it is Star Wars." So her character's name, she plays the armorer. So she was like, "Do you have any armorer art?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "But I'll put you on the list, you know." She's like, "Oh, I'd like to come by your table and check it out." You know, it's just small talk, you know, like who you know, you wouldn't think that she'd be coming around. So anyway, later on in the show, you know, a lot of Star Wars people come to my table and they were talking about her. And I said, "Yeah, she said she might be swinging by my table." I said, "If she shows up at my table, I'm going to lose my shit, Mark. I swear, like my head would explode." So, you know, later on the day happens. I swear to God, she comes. I see her walking down the aisle. I'm like, "Oh my God, she's coming to my table, right?" This guy, Mark, literally just runs out to the aisle, grabs her by the arm, and pulls him over to his table. And was kind of right across from me. So he's doing his whole spiel about, yeah, this and that with his character. And once again, I know this is on being recorded, but his stuff wasn't that good, Mark. You know, he wouldn't be a haunted pizza, you know, person. Right. But so he's going through his whole spiel. Anyway, so then now he's ready to take a selfie. He's like, "Let's take a selfie in front of my booth." So meanwhile, now they're turned and they're looking like Emily's looking at me now. So I'm like, "Oh man, she sees my stuff." And, you know, he's real nervous trying to take a picture and he's all shaking. And she's telling him what to do. And I'm looking at Emily and I'm just like, you know, idiots, you know, like. So anyway, he finishes his spiel, hands her his comic. You know it's bad when you give somebody a comic and they half fold it. You know what I mean? Oh. Like she didn't roll it up, but it was like half folded. Like you just don't do that to comics. You know? Like I would never do that to a Writhe Payne comic. You know what I mean? So, so then of course, then she had a raffle. She's like, "Oh, look at the time! I got to go to my raffle on the table." And for a split second, Mark, I was like, I should yell out her name, you know, but I didn't want to be that guy. Yeah. So anyway, that guy blew it for me. It was like I should have said something, but I don't know. I missed my shot, I guess. But I did get to meet her, which was cool. So that's another con story.
That motherfucker.
There'll be other opportunities, and next time you'll have a print of her.
Yeah. Well, I am going to do on one now. So, I'm already working on it. But I don't know. This guy across from me, Mark, it's...
Isn't it always like the worst guys who are the most vocal in Artist Alley?
And Steve, or Mark, I swear to God, like he didn't... Like I was there the whole weekend. I don't think he sold one thing. Yeah. You know, he was pushing his book. Remember, like La Perche back in the day, like, "Hey, you like vampires? Do you like this?" This was him. He's like, everybody that walked by his table, "Hey, do you like comics? Do you like comics?" It's like, come on. And then he would go to the spiel, but he would never, sell anything.
Right.
So the other quick thing, I'm sorry to take up your time. So after he did that, people were running up. People were running up to him afterwards, shaking his hand. He was like the toast of the town. "I can't believe Emily Swallow was at your table." And I'm sitting there all like steaming, like, you know. But it made his weekend. You know what I mean? He didn't sell anything. So I guess, and he even said, he goes, "That made my weekend." So I don't know. I guess I should be happy for him, but I wasn't.
Hashtag don't forget about Dex.
Yeah. I was being a little narcissistic, I guess. So I don't know.
Fuck it.
Anyway, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Maybe she'll swing by the Writhe Payne table when I'm hanging out with you guys. So
yeah, that'd be cool, man.
She ain't gonna fold that book up, Mark.
Too thick to fold. So we were streaming with John Malin last night. He shared some artwork from the story I co-wrote for his Godlike supplemental book. He's having a second chance campaign. I'll drop the link in the chat, but I wanted to share it. It's an awesome double page spread.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. This is drawn by Professor Murph. Absolutely incredible. So this is a Western story that John and I wrote. But man, Professor Murph is killing it on this book. Murph does a book called War Party.
Okay.
And yeah, this story was perfect for him. And the colors are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's a killer, man.
Yeah, so guys, sign up for the Godlike Second Chance campaign. It features a cover by Dale Keown. So
yep.
Yeah,
signed up.
Dale is he the greatest? I think he might be.
Oh, he's up there. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt, man.
He's fantastic. So sign up for Godlike. I have a story in the supplemental book that I wrote with John Von Klaus. Wrote the other supplemental story. So a lot of great talent on Godlike.
Pretty sweet.
And again, I already dropped the links for Writhe Payne, but I think we passed 4,000 on Fund My Comic yesterday, which incredible. We got the exclusive cover over there. Yeah, we're at $4,185. 92 backers. We almost have 100 backers for the Writhe Payne exclusive cover. Fantastic, guys. Thank you for all the support. And then
go for it.
What?
Nah, the pencils for that cover are going to be available.
Oh,
so
there you go, guys.
It's a popular cover, and we're going to put the pencils up for that.
Oh, awesome.
Fuck yeah.
And will that be accompanied by the digital ink
Yes.
print?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll do a digital ink print. It's heavy stock linen finish, so you'll get the original pencils and the digi inks.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Indiegogo, we're over $13,000. 171 backers, so we're closing in on 200 backers over there. Combined 263 backers. Fantastic, guys. I would love by the end of this campaign to be at 500 backers, but this artwork right here, this double page spread, that's going to be available soon, the pencils for that. So a lot of great original artwork coming your way. So man, yeah, really excited about this book. It's looking fantastic. And what about Ethan talking about that witch hammer?
Yeah, like he was like right in, right. Like we were talking about it, and just came out with it. I was like, holy shit! Like he was like into it too, man.
I already got a one shot featuring the constable worked up in my head.
I like where your mind's at.
Yeah, we gotta get moving on that before Ethan decides to write that hammer story.
Yeah, really.
Oh shit!
But man,
did you have a good time last night, brother?
Oh yeah. It was fun. Past my bedtime. I was getting sleepy towards the end. You kept texting me. Are you still here?
Yeah, I forget which part. I'm like, oh man, let me just make sure he's all right.
It was during the Youngblood segment, which I think was like a couple hours, honestly.
Yeah. Oh,
but no, I was telling Dex, I was just enjoying that, like seeing that old school Rob artwork. He was so heavily influenced by Art Adams back then, and I think that's when he was at his best. Definitely his most exciting, most energetic artwork.
Agreed. Like that's what
I just love that.
A lot of people are saying that. Like, yeah, it looks like Liefeld now, but it's just like it's got more of a stiff feel. Where, like back then, it just didn't seem like he gave a fuck. It was just like all energy and wonky poses.
Rob's my favorite artist, and I'll pick up anything he does now. But I've said it before: if you buy one current Rob Liefeld comic, you kind of seen everything he's doing now. Like he uses a lot of the same layouts, and just like replaces Die Hard with Deadpool or whatever. So I mean, he's a legend. He's got to the point where he can do that.
Yeah.
So
True that.
yeah, no, man, it was cool going through that book. But now it's time to talk a little Terrifier 2. Amanda B told me she got too much sun yesterday, so she wasn't going to be joining us. Enrico has dinner plans. I know I knew he watched it, so he's going to tell us what he thought about it this Wednesday. But before we get into it, I thought I'd play the trailer again. And before we do that, Mark says, I actually picked up a Liefeld series this weekend I never even heard of called The Covenant.
Oh, that sounds cool.
The Covenant.
Do you know that, Mark?
Oh, yeah. Rob did like this like Roman warrior book for Image like a few years ago. Mark says it's wild because I know the artist Matt Horak because he's a local guy. Well, that's cool.
That's cool.
All right. Terrifier 2 trailer.
So, did you figure out what you're dressing up as tomorrow?
He wants to dress up as a real guy who murdered 9 people last year.
Oh, you're not doing that.
It's just a costume. You think that guy's still out there? What's up with you and this man all of a sudden? You're like obsessed. They never found the body. What if he decides to come back here? I wouldn't worry about it.
Wait a minute, aren't you that guy from the costume shop?
Sir, what are you doing?
It wasn't me. He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
I'm telling you, it was him. Right down to the little black dot on the tip of his nose.
You're really weird, you know that?
I believe it.
No, what?
Something really bad's gonna happen tonight.
No, I know when Jonathan's lying, okay? I could hear it in his voice. Something's wrong.
Look, we're gonna have fun. Stress-free environment. Yep. Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a very special guest with us today, all the way from Miles County. Please welcome Art the Clown.
There you have it. The trailer to Terrifier 2. Chris, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Terrifier 2 is my favorite movie we've watched so far on the Horror Movie Club. This is a modern horror movie masterpiece. I've sung this movie's praises ever since I saw it with Dex last October. I remember Dex and I, we couldn't stop talking about this movie for like months.
Yeah.
Because it just got into our brain. We were obsessed with it. And
no doubt. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely worth, all the time we spent talking about it. It's incredible.
No, I agree, man. It's got gore. It's got cool suspense. It's got a creep factor to it. It's and a very memorable killer.
Yeah. Now, Dex and I have said this before. We saw Terrifier 2 before we saw Terrifier. I think if I had seen Terrifier before Terrifier 2, I wouldn't be such a fan because Terrifier 2, I feel, is the more, commercial movie.
Yeah,
it's more colorful. The first one is like a grimy,
dark, gritty.
Yeah. And this one is, it's got a lot of nice, like purple lighting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the movie poster, like I think is beautiful. Sienna looks like a superhero in the movie. I mean, Mark Pengrin said last week he thinks I love it so much because she looks like Evangeline, and he might be right.
Yeah, something
Plus, Lauren's great. She's really a nice person.
Oh yeah.
So.
Now, say it, Dex. She won her award, and
Oh yeah. Did you get that pic I sent you, or like?
No, I don't. I have to. He's texted it to me. I'll send it to my messenger. And I'll put it up. But
well, like Mark was saying, was after we saw this film, we were totally obsessed. So right away, I was like, man, I got to do a Terrifier piece. It was just like, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking about the characters. So, sure enough, I went home and I created this Terrifier 2 piece. And I knew Mark and I were going to go to a horror convention and meet the cast, the director, Art the Clown himself. So I was like, man, I want to get this poster signed by the cast. And, to my surprise, everybody that we met, they were like in love with this poster. Actually, Elliot, the little brother, he's really cool too. When I met up with him, he remember his dad. He was like,
yeah,
I said, you can have a poster. He's like, okay. He hit me up before we even went to the show. Remember on Twitter, he was like,
yeah.
Oh my God, I want one of these, So when I got to meet him, his dad was like, can I have another one? Sure, man, whatever you want. Can I have one more? And before, I think I gave him like 5 posters,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's going to do with them, but I was like, that's cool. And you know what? They didn't even charge me for the autograph, which was cool. He's like, don't even worry about it, So that was really awesome. And then same thing. Me and Mark went right down the line to each character. We met Lauren, who played Sienna. Same thing. She loved the poster. I gave her one. We met Damien. Yeah, I gave him one. And remember, Mark, you pitched him with all your books.
Yeah.
Sure. We were like, we're going to pitch him for a comic. I guess once again, the comic that's out. Maybe I shouldn't say this while we're being recorded. I think Mark and I, or anybody that we work with, could do a better job. I think, you know what I mean. So me and Mark did pitch to Damon Leone. So that was kind of interesting.
He did say my books were awesome looking though. So
yeah. But they're very engaging. Like that's what's cool.
Oh, yeah.
So even beyond the movie itself, I mean, just the outside, the community, the fans, all the actors and actresses, they're just great. The whole, it's just everything about it is just great, And the other thing that brought to me when we saw it, Mark, was like, I'm probably the oldest of the group, so like I grew up with 80s horror, and it brought me right back to that,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go, Chris. So Lauren, they had the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, and so she had to do her speech because she won, like I guess best actress. And like my poster's in the back there. I don't know if you could see it. So
no, I see it, man.
So what was cool was you always hear like, oh yeah, I love this. I'm gonna hang it up. But you never know you're going to hang it up. But sure enough, there it is. Yeah, she hung it up right behind her. So
that's got to be cool, man.
I was jacked when I saw that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, you can tell she loves it. She has it prominently displayed. While she accepts the award. So that's incredible. Awesome.
Yeah. Rock on. But
you get like motivated to do something else when you see something like that?
Myself,
for the series, for the movies, like when you see like the response that you got from it from like the actors, do you like want to do another piece, or like you can just
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I definitely probably you know how it is, time constraints and working on other projects. But yeah, I would love to do another one, especially with 3 coming out. Yeah. Mark and I, we got to meet. Like I said, they signed my poster. I don't know if you can see. You want to show a photo up, Mark, or see if you can see that there? It's all signed by the cast and the.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We had to go to a second convention to get Pale Girl to sign it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, I got her over here. Yeah, but this over here, that's the Clown Cafe girl.
Yeah.
So I didn't put her in there, but I had to have her sign the poster. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so rock on, man. Cool stuff.
In the chat, he must have heard us talking about Lauren, because here he is. We got Corey Barton in the house. What's up, Corey?
What up?
Gotta mute myself. I gotta cough.
So is Corey a Lauren fan? Is that what you're saying?
He is a fan of all beautiful women.
Yeah.
I got you. And that's the thing, Mark. You got to remember, like, they were pretty young when they made this movie. Like,
Yeah.
she really is developing into a really stunning woman.
Yeah, no,
she's developing all right.
Yeah.
Someone needs to make a superhero movie for her because, like,
The
she looks like
character's great.
Yeah.
And I think you and I were talking about that, Mark, after the movie. We were like, what was the deal? Like, does she have superpowers? She came back from the dead, all that stuff. So I want to know more about, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about this movie is, like, they start giving you the background of these characters. You learn more. You learn a lot more about Art the Clown, but there's still a million questions. How is he tied into Sienna's father? Because Sienna had this journal that her dad kept with that has drawings of Art the Clown in it.
Exactly.
I know, like, you and I at one point, our theory was that Art is Sienna's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll kind of stick by that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense, the connection and everything, but.
I mean, I don't even know where to start. There's just so much cool stuff in this movie. Do you have a favorite scene? I think I know everyone goes to that bedroom scene where he's torturing that poor girl, but I love the costume store scene where he's like tiptoeing up to Sienna and Sienna's like, no, that's like a creepy scene, and you could tell how, like, I don't know, terrified she is of him.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm pretty sticking to that bedroom scene, Mark, because especially at the end when he showed up with the salt and the bleach.
Oh my God!
I lost it. I was like, man, there's no better serial killer than Art the Clown.
And when the girl's mom comes home and he's sitting on the bed with her, and he's like poking her, and she's still alive. Oh my God!
She just wouldn't die.
Yeah.
She's a fighter.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Mark says part 1 exists as a nice standalone movie. Part 2 raises so many questions just to set up part 3. It was a great film, though.
Yeah, agree. Definitely agree.
Corey says Terrifier 2 was cool. I thought the first was the best.
I did enjoy that because that was one of our homework things, Mark.
Yeah. Corey says, no, wait. I watched All Hallows Eve recently. I thought that had a much scarier tone.
Yeah, it was a darker flick for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see how they all changed each one. So
yeah, Mark says that bedroom scene was disturbing.
No doubt.
But like another thing, I love that the ending was at like an abandoned amusement park. You know, I love my Hellfest and amusement park horror movies.
Yeah, I mean, and this is done right. This one,
Yeah, I mean, I thought this one like actually took advantage of the amusement park scenario. Like I love Hellfest, but it looks like it took place on a set, where this looked like they were actually in an abandoned amusement park, in my opinion.
Can I chime in with my fun facts?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, well, one fun fact, I think I'm almost positive some of those scenes were shot in Philly at the Fright Factory or whatever. So,
yeah, our friend Newt, some of his props from his movies are used in those scenes. Newt, who we're working on a horror project that we were inspired. We created while we were standing in line waiting for Art the Clown.
That's right. Yeah, another fun fact. So.
Yeah.
But here's a fun fact for Corey that also Lauren is trained in martial arts too. So.
Oh yeah, she has like she has a
stunts.
YouTube channel where she does like some stunt reels and stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Is she going to be doing anything else aside from Terrifier? Or
did another horror film? Can't remember.
With Bill Murray, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So she's definitely in the horror genre, which is cool. I mean, I could always.
She was a likable character, man. Really cool. I could definitely see her in a superhero flick for sure.
I could see her being Raven from Teen Titans.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
But Chris, what was your Is the bedroom scene your favorite?
No, like it was funny. It's everybody says like I might be twisted, but I just thought that it was so over the top. It was borderline funny, the scene, like with the gore and shit. So
yeah,
I did like it, but I'm with you. I think my favorite scene is the costume store scene.
Yeah,
because I like to feel that.
And last week you mentioned how he used the gun and you weren't expecting that. He brings back a gun this time, kills the mother, shoots her right in the face, and it sets up that incredible mashed potato scene.
That was great.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, what a twist. Like, this movie is so twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's twisted. It goes in different directions. Like, you're not sure if there's a supernatural element to it, if it's not, if like everybody's just all fucked up. And yeah, like you said, the father, the connection there. And then it gets to the fucking the insane asylum towards the end where you get to see our boy Jericho.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there's so much cool in the movie. Like, even if it didn't all add up, it was just a fucking fun movie to watch.
Now, that ending, I think Chris Jericho was a little unhappy because it got refilmed. I think he had a much bigger part in the ending, but it was explained that the ending was very similar to another movie, so they had to go back and refilm it, and that's where they have the woman from the first movie give birth to Art's decapitated head.
Which, by the way, when they redid her like makeup, like she's totally scary in a second.
Oh yeah,
so much scarier, like, you know, looking, you know. But I remember when we saw it too, Mark. I remember sitting there saying, "This movie's going on forever." And I was like, you know, it's really like, you know, it's a long movie. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, you know what, this is great because like the director like just gave us everything. You know, I mean, he didn't hold back. He's like, you know what, screw it, I'm putting everything in this movie and just give it everything he got. You know, and I loved it. I loved it. So.
Yeah. Like the ending, I thought the ending even like if. It's going to sound weird. Like, it felt like it was dragging, but in a good way. Like, it wasn't stop. Like, you thought you were getting ready to be the end, and then more would happen. And you're like, oh shit, and then it would just keep going. So it drugged, but in a good way.
But yeah, I appreciated that. I really did.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I remember after first seeing it, like I thought, oh, it was a little long. Maybe we could have did without the clown cafe scene. But then, like, the more I became obsessed with the movie and thought about it, and then found out that they crowdfunded this,
right,
and he got to make the movie he wanted to make, I was like, well, this is what like we're doing here with our comics. We're crowdfunding them, and we're not answering to anyone. We're just making like the books that we want to, and it just made me love it even more. So, like, I'm fine with the length. He got to make the movie that he wanted to. Mark says, wasn't he in the movie because he paid to be as an Indiegogo perk? No, Jericho was actually cast in it, but a lot of people were killed in the movie
cafe scene. Yeah,
because they that's what they backed on the Indiegogo. So I remember Damien saying that they spent like a week just killing Indiegogo backers.
Yeah.
And how cool is that?
Yeah. Well,
well spent.
Do you have any perks like that in Writhe Payne? Like, I know you mentioned it in Koni about.
Yeah, there's a drawn-in tier for Koni. We didn't do it for Writhe Payne.
I know. I would love Chris to draw me getting packed up or something.
We'll have to add that for book 2, maybe.
Book 2, maybe. Yeah.
There you go.
Corey says, "Yeah, I thought the gore was so over the top; it made it less scary."
Yeah, that's why I was able to watch it. Like, because I'm not really a fan of like the over the top gore and most things, but it felt so over the top. It was like corny 80s cheese. So it was right up my alley.
I think Art's performance is even more over the top in this one. Like very flamboyant. I think, you know, like by 3, like he's gonna like maybe become like the modern day Freddy Krueger, where the crowd is just cheering for him to like kill people in horrible ways.
Yeah, it's very possible. Now, I'm not sure. Did everyone see this in the theater, like in the movie theater, or is it?
No, I watched it with my son at home.
because that's the thing with Mark and I. We kept hearing all these things. People were getting sick and walking out of the theater.
I mean, we saw people walk
You saw
out.
people going out. I'm thinking, silly me. I'm like, oh, he's going to get some more popcorn, more soda. I don't think the guy came back.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
remember
fuck this noise.
watching the people leave, and I think it was during the bedroom scene.
Yeah.
I was watching like this just because it was so gory, but I watched them leave.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I think my eyes were covered, but I was also like giggling because it was just so crazy.
Yeah. I think that's when you realize you're like, you know what, you just got to accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like in that movie, so much more happened to that chick, right? Than the one in the first one where she gets cut in half.
Yeah.
But that one was way more brutal for me.
Yeah.
Than watching the one in part 2.
And you never saw anything like that.
Right.
I give it credit, just the innovative way of doing that. It's just incredible, man. It's just crazy.
I think this is going to become the most like influential horror movie of like this era, like almost like how Scream in like the early, I guess it was
90s.
2000 or late 90s, like every movie afterwards was like almost a Scream knockoff. Like I know what he did last summer, Urban Legend, stuff like that.
Yep.
Do you think we'll get a lot of Terrifier copycats? Everyone's looking for their gory horror.
What would you think would be the next route? So say you're a producer and you want to make a copycat. How would you go about it? Would it be a clown, or are you talking
wrestling?
I don't think. Yeah. So Dex and I already have our version in the works, but yeah, I don't think you can do a clown because every clown will just be compared to art.
Right.
Exactly.
And he'll be lesser.
Right.
But you have to come up with something. I don't know. Ice cream.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so what is it about that type of movie that you think that would be knocked off? Like, I agree.
I think like the gore, like the over the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Getting back to the 80s again, because remember like when the MPAA came out and they were cutting everything and you can only show so much. In this movie, I'm thinking I couldn't believe the stuff I was seeing. It was incredible. And this is before I saw part 1, like Mark said. So like it's been a while since I saw a movie that over the top and that gory, all in your face. I was like, this is incredible. But
yeah, but our movie that we like came up with while we were waiting in line
to meet Art the Clown.
Like I've already talked to a director who loves the idea. He just wants to see some more artwork. So nudge, nudge, Dex.
I know.
But you're also coloring Koni Waves, so
yeah. So well, let me see. I have some other fun facts, Mark.
Yeah.
I believe it or not, I was going to try to get Elliot on the show. I know it sounds crazy, but he was doing conventions all weekend too, like Kansas City, because he's actually pretty cool. He keeps in touch. He's always, like I said, they're very engaging, these actors. But when I did get to meet Alec, I knew his mom is an artist too, which is kind of cool, and her art's really cool. I highly recommend checking it out.
They were selling pieces at the convention.
They were.
Right?
Yeah, I was trying to, try to get
trade out or something.
Yeah, but I think they were asking too much. But I really do. I love his mother's work. It's pretty cool. It's really, really, really nice. Nice art. But the other cool thing is, Elliot is also a musician. He actually has an album out. He does concerts and stuff. So it's pretty cool. He at a couple conventions. He did the that song with the
the Clown Cafe song.
Clown Cafe song with the girl singing. We didn't get to see that, but that would have been cool to see that live. So that's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nicholas in the chat says, I feel like 3 will fall off and not be as good. They're going to try and go too far and get away from what made the first 2 successful. Some old trap all horror movies fall into.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the same thing.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happen.
Yeah.
No, you know what series, and it's funny because you brought it up, Mark. I thought Nightmare on Elm Street kind of did the opposite. I thought their next movie, part 2, was kind of trash.
Yeah.
But Dream Warrior, right? Yeah, 3. That came back with a vengeance. I thought.
Dream Warriors is fantastic. I didn't mean with 3, but I just meant as the series went on, people were just on Freddy's side.
Oh yeah, no, I was referring to Nick's comment.
Yeah.
How he's
Oh,
saying
okay.
part 3 might jump off.
But you remember, Mark, when we met Damien, he like the guy in front of us, he was like, "Whatever you do, don't do it in space." Remember that? He was like, "Don't make art in space," you know. And I thought that was incredible. I was like, "Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, Jason X is awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
yeah." I kind of dug that. But I don't want to see Art the Clown in space.
Even the Hellraiser that's in space, I think, is
Oh, that's
pretty,
right.
good.
I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
That's right. They did do that. Yeah. So
But no, Jason X is a lot of fun.
Is there a scene where they're trying on nipples for the cyborg
in Jason X?
in Jason X?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Like she's got like bare titties and he's like putting on
Right.
nipples.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're right. Mark says,
That's
"What are your
quality
guys?
stuff.
What are your guys' theories on the little clown girl?" So I think that's the bag ladies from 1
Right.
who carried the doll. I think that's.
Like her
I think
daughter.
Emily is her daughter.
Mm.
Right. Theory, of course.
Yeah.
Theory.
Nicholas says, $10 says Art vs. Freddy will happen by movie 5.
No.
Sign me
You know
up,
what?
fuck
When they
it.
did Jason vs. Freddy, I kind of dug that too, man.
I love
Well,
that movie.
Chase and I recently watched that. He's been like asking to watch that forever, so I finally let him watch it. That's a fun movie.
Yeah. I kind of dug. I like the way they did that.
Hmm.
Jason looks great in that, man. Like that's like
Yeah.
a cool ass looking Jason too.
Yeah,
Who
and
do you think would win, guys? You think Art or Freddy? They're both kind of supernatural-ish, you know.
I'm going
I feel like Freddy.
They both got their heads cut off, right? I mean, they keep
Yeah.
coming back, so I don't know.
What about Dex? When we were meeting Art the Clown, someone had a print of Art versus Michael Myers,
Oh,
and
right.
Art is like stabbing him with that syringe.
Yeah,
And they got Tyler Main, who plays Michael Myers in the zombie movies, to sign it,
yeah.
and he wrote "Fuck you, Art."
Oh, you got to meet him, Tyler Main?
No, he was right next to everybody.
He was right next to Art's
Yeah.
table, I think.
Is that dude like enormous?
Oh yeah, he's giant.
I don't think he's as big as you, Chris, but he's pretty big. So.
Oh, he's 100%. Yeah, cool. Flattery will get you everywhere, buddy.
I think John Malin was originally offered that role of. So enormous, yeah. But man,
That's what she said.
like Terrifier 2, just an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Fun flick.
Art the Clown. I mean, the cool thing, I mean, you look at like Jason, although Freddy's pretty scary too. But like people like Jason, even like Ghostface, I mean, guys wearing masks, like aren't that scary sometimes. I mean, they do scary things and there's their occasional cheap scares. But when you look at Art the Clown, he's pretty terrifying. Like literally,
yeah.
you know? I mean, just
Dude.
that face and, you know, he doesn't speak, you know?
Will we ever get to see him without the makeup on? Do you think?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to
that'll
see him
ruin
without
it.
the makeup.
Yeah, that might ruin it. So
Did anyone watch the Pete Davidson show that Art's in?
I didn't. I saw the scene that he was in it, though. I didn't watch the show.
What's the if you spoilers? What's the premise of that?
Well, you know, I don't know that. I just
Yeah.
saw like the scene of him. So I think it's a dream sequence or something.
Oh, okay.
Like a hallucination or something like that.
Yeah.
But like I didn't watch the show, so I don't know the exact answer to that. So.
Yeah, I know Sean Arendt watched that Pete Davidson
did he?
series. He said it was really good, but I didn't ask him what was Art's part in it. Was he
Yeah.
just playing like the
I
actor
should
who
know
plays Art, or did Art the Clown somehow show up in it? But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. You know, since I'm a Art the Clown completist now with
Yeah, now I want to know. So.
yeah.
Oh, are you? Well, it's funny you brought that up.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
When
Nice.
did you do that?
Today.
Oh,
Jeez.
that's awesome, man.
Dude,
I
that's
love it.
amazing. Nice.
Have to put that up.
Wow, incredible, Chris. That looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Are you putting it up on a tier or is that available?
Nah, I'll probably give it to my buddy.
Yeah.
Dex.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's badass, though, bro. Badass.
So, does anyone have anything else they'd like to add to Terrifier? Is it the best movie we've watched so far, Chris?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything, like production, character, likable.
I know people are comparing like the first one and the second. I love them both. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I mean, like I said, that was like our homework, Mark, when we saw the second one. I was like, oh, now we got to watch the first one.
Yeah.
And I love that too. I was like, this is
I mean, great. I loved it so much that I went back and watched All Hallows Eve as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you compare them. Like, I wouldn't compare Aliens and Alien, right?
Right, exactly.
I feel like it's two different type of flicks.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
I got another fun fact, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
One more fun fact. Like, Art the Clown doesn't speak, at all in the thing, but he does have a voice role when he does the voiceover in the commercial for the cereal. That's actually
that's him?
Yeah. So he actually does speak in the movie, but if you don't know, know that, then it could have been anybody. So Art the Clown does speak, but.
Did anyone see his Mean One movie?
I did not. No.
I saw it in theaters with Chase. It's really low budget.
Yeah.
Like the blood splatter is all like CG. It looks terrible. Yeah. But it's still a fun movie.
Well, what's better, that or Pooh? Didn't you see Pooh?
Oh, Pooh is better. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Pooh has a cool premise too, man.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I gotta check that out.
Is that on Tubi, Mark? Or
no, not yet.
I haven't seen it yet. I think I might check it out. So.
Oh, so Dex, I don't think you were here for it, but when I went and visited Sean, we watched this movie called Muck. It also goes by Another Deadly Weekend, and it's by the director who did Kill Her Goats, which is a fan favorite on my channel. But Sean and I watched it, and man, that movie is fantastic. This director, Steve Walsh, I love him. When we did our Killer Goats episode, he commented it on YouTube that he watched it, and he said it looks like we had as much fun watching it as he had making it. But yeah, I'll have to let you borrow the Blu-rays. Muck, yeah. Okay. It just drops you into the middle of this scenario with these group of beautiful young 20-year-old people, and they're on the run from something, and it leaves you with a lot of questions, but it's just so cool, and it's I don't know, and it ends and it pisses you off because you want to see what happens next.
Right. Is this the second movie? Is this after Killer Goats, or? So
it takes place before Killer Goats, and I believe the director made another movie that's going to take place before Muck. But the house in Killer Goats appears in Muck, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And Kane Hodder's in both movies playing different characters.
Oh, nice. I didn't tell you when I met him, Mark, that he. Like that, he was choking me when I got my picture. He was really choking me. I'm like, hurry up, take my picture because I couldn't.
I was with you because I had my picture and he grabbed me by my neck and lifted me off the ground. I actually felt like my head was coming off my neck.
Like, dude, this isn't a movie. Take it easy, man.
The strongest man I ever met.
Yeah, seriously, man. That's awesome.
So next week, I think we're gonna do. Burial Ground Massacre starring Flip Gordon.
Oh, sweet.
I'm gonna play the trailer right now. Maybe I'll reach out to Flip and see if he can join us.
Yeah, he just might. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. I won't say what day we'll do it. I'll see if Flip's available to hang out with us. But that would be awesome. All right, Burial Ground Massacre. Here we go.
So many of our dearly departed are buried here, right under our feet. It's time to come back home.
Now listen, son, no parties. And of course, no one goes into my private study.
I'm not gonna let him in. It's off limits.
Hey, Mr. Larson, don't worry about a thing.
It is on, bro.
Damn! Wow, this place is freaking huge.
Yo, man, this party's off the hook, dog. Yo, guys, come here.
We really shouldn't be in this room.
Listen to this. Not only was the manor built on Indian property, but right on top of an Indian burial ground.
It's true.
Sometimes I think maybe there really is a curse.
Something is seriously going on here.
What are you talking about?
According to legend, the ghosts of all the slaughtered still haunt these very woods.
Where are Adriana and Kayla? We thought they were with you.
This whole place, this whole house, the burial ground, everything around us.
Your hand shakes because you have doubt. Curse is alive. After all, we can thrive in life and in death.
Flip. What's Flip's real name, Mark?
Travis.
Oh, okay, right. Is he in
And
the movie, right? Or
I don't know what he's credited as, but the blonde in the white or light gray sweater, I believe, is his fiance.
Oh, right.
The one that gets the plastic bag over her head. Mark Penguin says looks good, and we got Seed Mile in the house. What's up,
Yo.
Seed Mile?
What up?
Thanks for So you know what's crazy? I have when I bought my house, there's been a bumper sticker on the garage door that says Seed Mile Fealty or whatever. And I never like took it off or anything, but I was working in the backyard and I looked at it. I said, "Oh, it says that."
Does it mean
So what's it mean?
It's like an Irish saying.
Mm.
I didn't bother looking up what it means.
I was gonna, you bring the story up, but you didn't translate.
Here, I'll do it right now.
Mark, can you bring up the picture of us meeting Damien and Art?
Yeah. So Seed Mile Fealty means 100,000 welcomes.
Oh,
nice.
All right. So we'll close it off. I hate this picture, by the way, Dex. I hate every picture I'm in. I always have like I don't pay for photo ops anymore after.
Yeah. But we had to meet those guys.
I got like a squinty eye or something going on. I don't know. But just for you, I will show this picture.
For the Terrifier 2 fans out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
Uh-oh. There it is. Look at Mark.
I look terrible. But yeah, it's awesome that David does these in costume photo ops.
Very cool.
Remember he kept peeking out and scaring the girl, like
Yeah.
people were waiting in line? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's been cool like, following on social media, like when other horror like icons meet them. Like I think Danielle Harris, she did a photo op in the clown costume from Halloween, an adult size one now. But I think like she got a photo op with Art the Clown.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
Seed Mile says Art is creepy man and said, no way, standing next to him. Yeah, like we saw people that were like genuinely like scared, like to go to stand next to him.
Yeah.
And like, and then other people who had a whole planned out like photo op in their head. And I remember while we were waiting, Dex, you said, should we do something? And I didn't think of anything like, what do we do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like now looking back, oh, we should have like act like scared or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When King Hodder choked us out, you know.
Oh well, that was real fear because
seriously,
I thought he was going to break
I
my
ain't
neck.
bullshitting, man. That guy was choking me out, man.
Dude, he lifted me off the ground. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like you see that stuff in movies, but yeah, he actually grabbed me by my neck and lifted me off the ground.
That's right.
God, like he could have like seriously like killed me.
That's a fucking hell of a way to go out, though, right?
Yeah.
Kane
Photo
Hodder,
op,
man.
yeah.
Who
All right.
plays the killer in the new movie? Do you know offhand, or they don't list him, or
In what movie?
and the one we're going to be watching next?
Oh, I
next-
don't know who the killer is.
Oh, okay.
No. But it's a cool mask.
Yeah, definitely.
Steve Miles says, what if that person in that costume takes the role a little too seriously?
Yeah. There's
No
your
thanks. All right, guys, that'll do it this week for the Writhe Payne Horror Movie Club. Dex, where can people find you at?
I got it. I'm ready this week, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm ready. On Instagram, I'm on Dexter Weeks 6975. Twitter, I'm at Dexter_art, and Facebook, Dexter Weeks Jr. You can find me. I post most of my new artwork and stuff that I'm doing, so check it out.
Awesome. Chris, where can people find you at?
The Grave_site, Twitter, Chris_Graves Art, Instagram, TikTok, and then Facebook, just Chris Graves.
And guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Koni Waves. Koni Waves still in demand on Indiegogo. Thank you to the people that continue to back Writhe Payne on Indiegogo and fund my comic. We just passed 17,000. At 20,000, all backers are going to get a Sister Alessandra trading card drawn by Chris Graves. The next 30 days of the campaign, we'll be adding original artwork, so keep checking back the campaign page. And then when we go in demand, we will have that cosplay cover featuring Jamie Dolan. Looking forward to that one. Guys, we'll be back Wednesday for Revolution. We're going to have my friend Jesse Snyder on. Jesse and I created a book 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Called King of Kings. Dexter was doing an Evangeline signing with me at New York Comic Con when that came together, and Jesse Snyder visited our signing that we were doing with Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
And I pitched him the idea of King of Kings. Back then it was called Odin and the Gods of Rock, and it's about Odin and his sons, and what if they were the world's greatest heavy metal band. So this book's been a long time in the making. Jesse's dad, D. Snyder, actually sings a song for the book.
That's fucking wild.
Rock on,
Yeah,
man.
he dressed up as Odin for us. Incredible. So he's launching the book finally this Wednesday, and we're going to have him on later in the day to talk about the book and all the cool tiers that there are for it. So we're looking forward to that.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for joining us. Everyone in the chat, Seed Mile, Mark, Corey, Nicholas, Tarks9. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you Wednesday.
All right, guys. Peace.